Alright, you guys, hey. So this is going to be an update video on my following Jesus. Um, so, yeah, wow, a lot. So God has taken me on this journey, and, before this whole process, I was very harsh and bitter about, people, because people always scared me. They had always, done so much to just break my heart. And, through this journey, I've learned a whole lot. I've learned that you cannot make people love you who don't want to love you, and that's how God feels, and I've learned that when they're rejecting you, sometimes it's not that they're rejecting you, that they're rejecting Christ. They just don't want Jesus. And I've also learned a lot, because before this whole journey, I wanted to just follow Jesus, tell people about Jesus, and not get my emotions in the meantime, in the process, because I felt like, all right, I'm going to tell people about Christ, and then I'm just going to keep moving forward with my life, because I was scared of getting hurt. But one thing that I have learned is that when you tell people about Jesus, and when you love someone, you tell them about Jesus. You tell them about Jesus. You pray for them, all that stuff, and you love them, and they'll deny you over and over again because of Christ. And what I've learned in this whole process is that, you can't make people want Christ. Just like you can't make people want you because you have Christ. It's opened my eyes to a lot of things, because, in the process of following Jesus, you become so dedicated. You fast to intervene on people. You pray hours and hours of prayer, reading your Bible, listening to you'll just opening this world and word, and God will give you a word and just tell you what it is that you're about to go through the day, or in the current week to come. And it's inspiring, because he'll help you in a day-to-day process. He loves someone so much that he'll just keep pressing in to try to get their attention, to show them that he loves them. And if you can't go out and witness to people, minister to people with the love of Christ, if you can't get close, God gets his heart broken on a day-to-day basis. So if you can't feel that, I look at the story of Hosea. In the book of Hosea, God tells Hosea to marry a harlot. And the harlot represents the world. And God is loving the world, and they keep selling their self out to the world. And he keeps telling Hosea, go back to the harlot. Go back to the prostitute. Go back to her. Even though she's selling herself for all these things in the world, all the money, the material things, her body, she's giving away her body. She's giving away everything for this world, for the things the world has to offer her. Keep going back. Keep going back. That's how God is to the world. He loves the world so much. He keeps going back, even though it keeps prostituting itself. And I understand. I've learned through this process, it has been a hard one. And I have wrestled with God on nights. I have laughed with God. I have cried. I have, it's been, I've had to trust God with every meal, with every plane ticket, with everything. My bills have been paid on time. Everything has came together every month. And I'm thankful. I knew God, from when I was younger, when I was out in the streets. But I knew he'd provide and make a way for all those things. But I just want, to tell everybody else, because I am thankful for God. Only God gets that glory. But I do understand you can't have Jesus Christ and want to tell people Jesus and not put your emotions in it. You're not selling Jesus. You know, Jesus is not sold. He's love. You gotta, in order to give people Jesus, you gotta love them. You gotta be vulnerable. You know, put yourself out there. You know, and that can be hard because, you know, look at Judas. Judas kissed Jesus on the cheek. That was his disciple. He loved Judas. He let him kiss him on the cheek. Judas betrayed him. Betrayed him. For some gold, for some money, for material things. It's been a very interesting experience. And, man, wow. You know, I understand how it would be to be God and just to love people who just, no matter what, you know, they just do you so wrong. You just gotta keep loving them and they just keep hurting you. God, wow. It's a hard thing to bear. It's a hard thing to bear. And you know, you try to build up walls, but God can't build up walls. You got to keep loving people. You know, it's not His will that anyone should perish. Anyone should perish. You know, He wants everyone to come to Him, so He can't just stop loving us just because we do Him wrong. He can't just put up walls just because we do Him wrong. And you know, that's what I did. I put up walls and I did a lot of things, and I let fear and all this stuff. He can't have fear and walls just because, you know, people hurt him. No, people hurt him on a day-to-day. Not just one person, but billions of people on a day-to-day basis hurt him. And I understand Hosea was feeling what God was feeling, but just one person. But imagine millions of people doing this to God on a day-to-day basis and how He feels. It's hard. It's hard. And it made me really evaluate my life, and I feel bad for what I did to God, and I'm glad, because it's only by His grace and His mercy that I'm still alive. Because man, if I was God, woo, Jesus, that would have took me out a long time ago, But I'm thankful, you know. I lost 25 pounds in this process. You know, and because, you know, loving people when people don't want to be loved, you know, by God's love, or don't want to accept Christ, and you keep offering them, it can be very hard and very sad, because you don't want them to go to hell, because life's not promised. Tomorrow's not promised. The next minute, the next second is not promised. And people are on the way to hell. And I'm going to stand by this word to the day I die, because I don't want anybody to die and go to hell. And I'm going to still allow myself to be vulnerable, no matter how hard the pain it is, because I don't want nobody to die and go to hell either. So I love you guys, and this is the update on following Jesus. All right, God bless. Peace.